Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, Ambassador Paul Lolo, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is our guest on Question Time. Have you been able to find out his mission to Nigeria?
Of course, we are speaking to the Lebanese authorities, and we are grateful that they are cooperating fully. From what we gather, it would seem that the steps that Lebanon took were steps and remain steps in the right direction, because such a character coming into Nigeria at a time we are fighting insurgency, as you said, would have been most unhelpful to the efforts of government. Again, Boko Haram, that has established and declared allegiance to ISIS, perhaps would have benefited from his presence in Nigeria. But because he was caught in his tracks, we have saved the day.
We have reports that the presidency is embarrassed by this development and he has queried some institutions. What was the response of the presidency and what was the report given to Mr. President about the ISIS chief beating Nigeria's diplomatic procedure?
What is purported to have come from the president, I cannot confirm. And therefore, I can only say that the media needs to cross-check facts from sources that they ought to do. That way they will be in a position to say to what degree the president has reacted. But on my part, we've taken the steps that we ought to have taken. We are still looking into that matter. I speak on a daily basis to the Nigerian representative, who is also the head of mission now in Lebanon. He keeps me briefed. Even today we've spoken. And so we are following the situation very closely.
What was the report of Nigeria's charge the affairs in Lebanon?
Of course, he explained the circumstance of the incident. He has explained the steps that he took and has taken and is still taking. And he fits us with the outcome of the steps that he has taken. Always and has remained in close touch with the Lebanese authorities. He is receiving their cooperation, and it goes to show the quality and level of relationship that we have between Nigeria and Lebanon.
Will this be changing anything fundamentally in our consular procedures and also consular intelligence setup?
We are always reviewing our processes based on the experiences we have, just like any other country will do. If you have an incident that was unexpected, or you have an incident that has taught you a lesson, you draw from the lessons and then you react accordingly. And we will do the same here.
You're raising the issue of security now. How do you see Nigeria's multilateral approach in tackling insurgency? Is this the right way to go?
Of course it is the right way to go. It is the right way to go. Only this afternoon, the president received the Chadian foreign minister, who came as the special envoy of President Idris Deby. And the discussion that took place between the special envoy and President Muhammadu Buhari centered around this same issue you are talking about, multilateral approach. Don't forget that the activities of Boko Haram have ramification beyond the borders of Nigeria. In fact, in Chad as in Nigeria, activities have been disrupted and a heavy toll has been taken. And terrorism by its very nature today transcends borders. There is no single country on earth that can deal with terrorism standing alone. And I put it this way to you. Where Chad, Cameroon, Niger or Benin Republic not to be involved in our approach, and elements of Boko Haram were to beat a retreat, given room to gather, given room to consolidate their strategy, given room to obtain arms and money, what do you think they will do? Of course they will withstand every effort of government to defeat them. But with the countries denying them a base, they are exposed.
Would you opt for a dialogue with insurgents?
no less a person than the president has indicated that if credible leaders of Boko Haram were to step forward and their bona fide established as indeed being leaders of Boko Haram, and they were to come to the table with specific terms, what will stop government from negotiating? Remember, it is always easier and cheaper to negotiate than to fight.
Mr. President has promised that the war against insurgency would end this December. Do you share Mr. President's optimism?
We are confident that with the commitment of the new leadership in Nigeria, the mobilization that is going on to build a solid international support base for Nigeria. A military is the light of day. Right now, the project is hampered by lack of resources, financial resources. But were that to succeed, with investors coming in, the lives of millions across the entire Lake Chad Basin would be transformed.